Hey there, so in this video we're going to review Gravity Forms, which is a plugin for WordPress. And what this does is it allows you to create any type of form that you need for your WordPress site. Now most people obviously, when you think of a form, you go through to, here's one of my websites now, you have the contact form. So if I click on here, that will take me through to a contact page where you can enter some basic details like your name, your email and a message, and then that will go through to the website owner. But it is actually possible to create all sorts of different forms with Gravity Forms for WordPress. And so the reason I chose this site as an example is I've actually built this entire site around a form created with Gravity Forms. So if you click on this create a cookie policy here, you go through to the cookie policy generator. And as you can see here, as we scroll down, it's got the name, the email, business name. These are all fields which have been generated by and are powered by Gravity Forms. So you really can, you can create these checkboxes, radio buttons, even add in your own captions and things like that. And what I've done with this site is people can put in some basic details, and on the other end, they'll come out with a fully generated cookie policy, and that uses some things called conditional logic. So when people select that they're using, for example, website optimization, behavior advertising, the cookie policy generator powered by Gravity Forms automatically takes that and creates a different output on the other end saying that we use behavior advertising. So you really can get quite advanced with the forms that you create with Gravity Forms. And if I go onto the back end, you can see this is where you would create your form. So we're in the basic contact us form at the moment. It's under a form section in the WordPress menu, and you have all sorts of different fields that you can add. So you can add text, basic text, you can add drop-down boxes, checkboxes, radio buttons. You can even add HTML if you're a coder to create completely custom things. Also, if you go into the advanced field sections, you see here things like name, email, phone. And what this does, it will add form fields which are generated with the proper HTML coding, so that when somebody's, say, on a mobile device and they're entering their phone number, it'll automatically come up with numbers, so people can just tap in their numbers rather than manually go through all the awkward keyboard options. So there's a lot of clever logic in here. You can even upload files, say if you're a web design agency and you want people to send over their logos to you and things that you need to customize a website. All of this can be done with Gravity Forms. So if we go back to the Gravity Forms website, click on the features here, you'll see there's a whole bunch of things. You can have paged forms, multi-page forms, limit the entries if you're having contests, advanced fields. You can schedule forms, so if you want them to start on a certain day or stop on a certain day, maybe if you're doing a survey that runs for a month, you can have that. But there's also a whole bunch more advanced stuff that can be built in by using the Gravity Forms add-ons, which you can get included in a developer's license. So there's things like PayPal and I guess that's a standard form here. So you got, the basic form add-ons, you've got Aweber, Campaign Monitor, MailChimp. So if you want to use forms to build an email list, that's something you can do. So if we go back to my cookie policy generator, you'll notice this little tick box down here. I want to receive free email updates on this and other useful tools and information for online business from modernetrepreneur.com. Now, if somebody clicks this, what it's actually doing on the back end, it's hooking into the Aweber form add-on. And then, if I go back to the right page, if we scroll to the top, somebody's added their email address to create their cookie policy. But it's also saying, okay, they've added their email address and they've decided they want to receive free email updates. So it's automatically hooking into my Aweber account and building an email marketing list as it's generating these cookie policies. So you can get really creative with how you're using these forms. You can have little surveys that pop up in the side of your website. You can have entire generator tools like this built with conditional logic, which are collecting people's email addresses. And all of that is powered on the back end by this simple form builder. So it really is easy for you to get started creating these. I didn't fully go in. If we go here, you can see there's other post fields as well. So perhaps you want to have guest posters on your blog, people submitting content. Then you can actually set up a form on the front end that's going to look a lot more styled than having somebody going to your admin dashboard. You don't necessarily want everyone going into your admin dashboard. So on the front end, you can create these post fields to get people creating that. Another more advanced thing, as we said, there's the PayPal option. If you wanted people to pay to do guest posts on your blog, you can even put in your payment details at the bottom of one of these forms, and then have people pay via PayPal. The payment goes through, and then it automatically submits a post to your website. So really, once you actually start to understand the different building blocks with Gravity Forms, it's quite a powerful plugin. And if I click through just to my general forms menu, if I leave the edits that I've made, you'll see you get some really detailed statistics, and these forms perform well. So on the cookie policy generator alone, it's had 14,000 plus views, and that has generated 3,565 different entries at the time of me filming this. So that's a 25.4% conversion rate, which is pretty good. Obviously, you can imagine not all forms get that. If you see here the basic contact us form, it's got a 1% conversion rate, but it's still getting people coming through, talking to me. And more importantly, the cookie policy generator, which generates leads to my email list, that has got 25% conversion rate. And in addition to that, it's also plugged in with an optional donation. So would you like to leave a donation via PayPal? If I click on yes, you can then see people can actually select the amount that they want to donate. So if I want to donate if somebody wants to donate rather £10 to me as a thanks for generating one of these forms, then that's all managed via the logic. So when they hit submit, it takes them through to PayPal. They can make their payment, they make their donation. That comes through to my PayPal account, and I can tell you I have got a few. I won't go into specifics, but people have been paying for these cookie policies at the same time as building my email marketing list and just learning a whole bunch. So really, Gravity Forms, yes, you can create basic contact forms, but when you really start to understand the power of forms and what they can do for you, there's a whole bunch of additional functionality that you can build in. If I go back down to these, you get the basic form add-ons, I think, with all of the different things. But if you have a developer's license, you get all of these additional advanced form add-ons. So you can start creating coupons, you can integrate with your accounting software, start taking polls from your users, create quizzes. Like if you're offering courses, then quizzes are great for really making people feel like they're involved in the process. You can take questions on what they've been learning, make sure that they're actually learning from it, and at the end of it, you can conditionally generate certificates and things like that they can download only if they've got the right answers. If again you're running an agency and you want to get signatures to things, when people are sending their logos, you want just additional signature authorizing that use of the logo, you can do that here. You can create full surveys. So if you're familiar with WordPress from a development standpoint, once a year they send out their WordPress user survey. I think they got 30 something K respondents this year, but you can create your own surveys which you could then generate research from, publish that research, and you've got your whole lead generation resource there completely powered by Gravity Forms. So you get 30,000 people respond to a survey. Not only have you got 30,000 responses, 30,000 contacts, but you also get the results from that survey, which you can then publish in a blog post. And people are going to be interested in that kind of thing. Yes, you can pay. You can get people to pay via Stripe, via PayPal, Authorize.net. Or if you just want to go more basic and have appointments booked through Gravity Forms, say you're a local business or you're developing a site for a local business and they accept hair appointments, for example, Somebody could go in, they select their name, their email, their phone number perhaps is more appropriate. They select the time that they're going to come in, so you can have a multiple choice selection for the time that they want to book. And then at the end of it all, through Twilio, which is a mobile integration, you can automatically text them confirmation of their appointment, both at the time they book it and even a text message perhaps the day before their hair appointment, so they know to come through. The possibilities with Gravity Forms really are quite impressive. You can see actually one of the testimonials, this plugin rocks. I think I agree with Jordan there. And Zapier, actually Zapier I've only just started using really, but if I go to that in a separate browser, Zapier is really going to take things to the next level. So you've got all of these kind of standard integrations that come with Gravity Forms, but then with Zapier you can really take it to another level. I kind of haven't prepared this, so I'm just going back in now, but there's a whole bunch of different apps. So if you're using something that's not necessarily integrated with Gravity Forms directly, like Dropbox, Evernote, you can use Zapier to automate the task. So when somebody fills out your form, it automatically creates notes in Evernote, or if they upload their files, it can link it to Dropbox. So you've got a Dropbox folder for all of your form submissions. You can see here it's been used by Groupon, Spotify, some big companies, Fox. So there you have it. There really are endless integrations and possibilities. This is just one example, the cookie policy generator site, and you can see that's generated 14,000 views, over 3,000 entries with a 25% conversion rate. If you started putting those kind of things to work in your business, Gravity Forms can be really, really powerful. You kind of, before you would have had to hire a developer and say, can you create this custom application? Can you create this custom form for me? But with Gravity Forms Builder, you can even try a demo on the website itself. It really is simple as clicking through the various options. If I go into the policy generator, just take a second to load. You can see there, it really is as simple as name, email, website, and then all of this is controlled by extra settings on the back end, all easily editable. You can just take away, add values, and if you want conditional logic, then you can do all these kind of things on the back end. So it's as simple or as advanced as you want it to be. You can create basic contact forms, you can create advanced kind of generators, you can create all the cool stuff we talked about. So in summary, Gravity Forms for WordPress. Would I recommend it? I think you already know the answer. It's amazing the difference that it's made in my business. Before I was using Contact Form 7, kind of once you have a basic plugin solution, you think, oh, well, that's all I need. Maybe I only want to accept contacts. But the minute I got this and I saw the possibilities, I've started using it everywhere in my sites for all sorts of things. So I would highly, highly recommend Gravity Forms. Take it for a demo, see how it goes. I think it starts from about 39 bucks or something. Integrates with all of these things by default. With Zapier, you can even take it to the next level. But really, Gravity Forms is a powerful, powerful plugin. There you go, from $39. It's used by some of the best names in the WordPress business. Most themes you'll find, StudioPress, Woo Themes, Headway, they will have basic styling for this already, so you won't have to get your developers to change anything. You won't have to mess around with the themes. They usually got it already included. So yeah, Gravity Forms for WordPress, highly recommended. I hope you've enjoyed my review, and feel free to share this on if you know somebody that's kind of on the fence. But definitely, if you haven't given it a go yet, I highly recommend check out Gravity Forms. You can get to it at link4.biz/gravityforms, or just search Gravity Forms online review. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll speak to you again soon. Thank you.